Golfers around the world at all levels are after one thing: shooting lower scores and getting better at golf. I'm well aware that's two things. Hi everyone, my name is James Robinson and welcome back to this YouTube channel. Today we're going to delve into my golf and see if it can help your game as well, because I've got a friend who used to caddy on the European Tour, used to coach on the European Tour, and I'm going to try and get his knowledge into my golf game and see if having a proper professional caddy could help me lower my scores and in essence help you lower yours. Chris, how are you?
Very good, yourself.
So a lot of people don't know this, but you spent a lot of time touring pretty much the world, because it wasn't just Europe, was it?
Yeah, no, we're 3 or 4 years on tour, so again, coaching and caddying.
And I'm quite lucky that, I wouldn't say lucky that we're friends, but I don't think, well, I don't
We're
know.
acquaintances.
We're
colleagues.
But we've played more golf together than probably anyone else.
Yep.
So you know my game a little bit more than probably I know my game. So today we're going to put a couple of tools to use to try and help me shoot lower scores. So we're going to kick things off on this gorgeous uphill par 4, a hole that I usually don't do that well on.
No, it's a long hole, it's a tough hole, and again, one big thing on tour is, obviously you don't think they use rangefinders, but a lot of the times they do, because they do have the books, obviously they do have your yardage books, but a lot of times you're going to see people come out here and start to see obviously things that you need to avoid and just check they're in the right distance.
And this would be in a practice round, would it?
Yeah, in a practice round. So again, obviously a lot of people, players are very superstitious, they don't trust books always. Yeah, so they'll be testing, like for here, for example, we've got a bunker up there. We can see that that's around about 250 yards to the front, 260 to carry. So straight away there, you've got to think about, yes, that is to the right, but is that a shot that you hit? James at the moment is hitting a little bit of a fade, so we're going to think about that.
Oh, look at that move.
Yeah, that's been very generous, isn't it, after what I watched yesterday. But again, James is going to go driver here because it is a long uphill par 4, right. And he's going to aim up the left.
Yeah, so and generally, this is going to sound silly, this, but is it this simple? Am I just trying to, because I'd be stood here thinking, right, I know I want my wrists to do this, I know I need my weight transfer to do this, I know I need to rotate properly, and then I know I need my left wrist cupping at the top thanks to the hack motion stuff. So would you take away, if you're caddying for Jigger or someone that you caddied for on tour before, would you just try and take all that away from it?
Yeah, so on the golf course, you're just trying to play, and James has made the cardinal error straight away here.
Bang in the middle.
On the first. He's got 2 tee boxes, he's gone straight in the middle.
I knew you...
So then James is going to have to obviously look at aiming, you know, at that tree on the left right there, but if he comes over onto this side, he can aim up the left-hand side of the fairway and fade it back to the right-hand side. So
that's proper amateuristic, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's all right when we're playing a match, but not when we are trying to improve your game. And that there, straight away, straight up that left half there, which is a great shot.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that, actually. Just up towards that 150 marker, the bunkers were never in play, were they? And it didn't have that fade on it. But because I would never aim in trouble.
No, but if you was in the middle of the tee box and you've aimed left, you would have been in the rough or just missing that tree. Right,
so we've just missed a fairway, but I'm not overly bothered about that. Like, we're in play and realistically it's not affecting my shot too much. We'll mouse it and see what we have. Just short of the 150 mark, I'm assuming it'll be about 170. 171 playing 184. So I'm thinking here that might be a bit of a flyer. I'm just going to go through my process to see if I'm doing it right. Bit of a flyer, but then the wind is not really much of it, a little bit into.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I can probably just hit a full 7-iron and then it might, like the flag's at the back, so I don't really want to go long. I'd rather have a long put up the green than a chip down.
Yeah, so how far was it again?
171 playing 184.
Yeah, so with that wind, and again, that's playing probably, you're looking at a 190 shot, so you need something that's going to carry 180, and although I know you've been going to the gymnasium, I don't
only
think
for the sauna.
Is the club.
It's a 5, isn't it?
It is a 5, yeah. And in this one, again, you can control that. You don't have to feel like you're walloping.
Like even thinking links golf, maybe land it 170 playing,
yeah,
and let it release up. It doesn't have to be a high towering one. Shape-wise, I'm just thinking inside the bunker and the flag.
Yeah.
And obviously just cutting back a bit.
Cutting back, that's what we're calling it.
Like that.
Just
so if that lands about 170ish and releases up, I'll tell you what, Chris, maybe you're all I've been missing all this time.
There you go.
Do you think?
It's up there. Again, 2 clubs different there, so obviously we would have been potentially...
And a big thing for that as well is like with the rangefinder, obviously you guys know that I've been working with Millesey for quite some time. I've been really enjoying the PF1. So realistically, any rangefinder with slope is going to help you. Like if I read that at 171 and don't think, right, it's 171 playing 184 with wind, it's playing 190, I am hitting 7-iron all day. I could hit my career shot and it would come up 10, 15 yards short. That's what, like 30 feet?
Yeah.
So from there, you're going to basically 3-putt, because tour average would say you're more likely to 3-putt. What would you say?
Oof, I tell you what, that went my best camera away. Yeah, from 30 feet, 33 feet, you are expected to 3-putt. But the main thing there is obviously, if you have got a rangefinder with slope like the Millesey here, use it in your practice round. Start to know at your golf course what kind of slopes are on each hole, so you can counter in, because we don't know if you can use it in competition.
But also don't do what I used to do, where you have the slope, you counter the slope and you go, oh, and it's uphill.
Yeah.
Because I used to do that and then you're miles away. But if you want to check out Chris's channel, guys, you are delving more into the tour stuff now, aren't you? So
yep.
A bit of a rebranding.
Correct. We're going to do more coaching on there, some more, maybe some tour players on, and see how they do things.
Right, what time is it? It's 3 minutes past 9. That means Bobby must be just teeing off in the pub golf day on a Wednesday.
Bondi Golf Club.
Pub golf day on a Wednesday. How ridiculous is that, by the way? Anyway, less said about that, the better. But this is where we finished up. So we're pretty much flag high. Like, you give yourself a bit of a tolerance for that. More than happy with it. It actually pitched pretty much bang where we wanted it as well. So we'll maintain that and make sure.
Fantastic greens today.
They are, aren't they? Like, we travel some of the best places in the world. And I'm always happy to come back here because we always know the greens are spectacular. Lots of places chewing up their greens at the moment, whereas John prefers the less destructive ninja tining. Yeah. Right, so from
regular tining.
From here, I'd go through my process, get a little aim point read. I'd say that's a 3. Just check it's uphill, so yep. I'd take a step this way, take my step back, 3 from here, so I know that's a little bit low actually. And I probably would line it up first, you know, so I've got a reference when I do it.
Yep, line that ball up, give yourself a good start line point, and you can break down why you've missed if you do miss. Nice and easy for James there. He didn't hit it.
Never up, never in.
Never up, never in, but it's an easy par.
That's annoying because I had the line as well.
So.
Right. I'll go level with it. Par 3. 158 playing 161. 7-iron.
Well, it was a bit dubious why you brought only one club up there, but you've obviously played here before.
I have, yeah. I probably would. A bit lazy that really. Yeah. I mean, it is a 7-iron though.
Yeah, wind's off the left here, so it is playing that, and that is a good 7-iron for you. So again,
so I've gone to the left side of the tee. It kind of takes the bunker more out of it.
And what shot shape have you been playing?
I've been playing a fade, but I feel like if I go over here, I'm going over the bunker. And like if I was to zap the bunker, which you're also going to tell me to do, aren't you?
Yep, check how far it is to get over that edge. So you need to know what you need to carry.
144 playing 146 to the lip.
Yeah, so a bad strike should still carry that with a 7-iron, but from here on the right-hand side, we can aim at the left side of the green. Unfortunately, if it was on the right-hand side, we'll be flirting with the towers, Dave would call them, or the pylons. That's the big question.
Well, he doesn't need to care anymore, does he?
No, retired Dave, mid-handicap Dave, has called it a day on work.
Right, just a nice mid-flighted one, because it is a little bit into the wind.
Yep.
Move it back in the stance a touch. And again, not thinking too much about golf swing.
No, just rhythm.
That's at it, but I feel like it's short. Yeah, it's landed okay on it. We've got away with it.
So again, even there, slightly over faded, you would say there.
Yeah, I feel like the spin axis was that tilted, it was knocking it out of the air. I think the strike was all right.
Yeah, turf interaction was
But if you look at the swing path.
But we've over faded it, which is fine, but then that still didn't put us in trouble of going in that bunker.
Yeah, and I mean, there might have been a time there where I'd be tempted to try and like hit a big raking 8-iron, and it's just like, well, why?
Those days are gone. We know you go to the gym, but...
Sauna. Good for your sauna, apparently.
It is. Extends your life, they say. We'll see.
So it's not a bad shot, is it?
No, not bad at all. So carried the trouble even with it over fading.
At this point, are you starting to think about green in reg stats? Because I'm quite happy that although I missed the first fairway, like I have 2 greens in reg, so I'm building confidence.
Yeah, exactly. And from that distance, as silly as it is, your tour average is probably around about 40, 45 feet, and even a bad shot there is probably 20 feet away. So it's inside tour average again, but how many golfers would beat themselves up from here? 99%.
And again, because I've got that yardage to the bunker, I knew that, well, it's pitched around here, hasn't it, realistically? So it's pitched 144, it's pitched 155.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of took it off a little bit. Maybe I could have hit 6 iron.
Yeah.
If I would have took that onto the tee, you can feel the wind now more. And I didn't check the wind, did I? Because we're in a little bit of a bowl.
No, it should have been off the left going off the last hole, but we know it can obviously turn.
See, that's not something I've ever thought about, like the wind on the last hole compared to this one. Like we get down here, and it's properly into me.
Yeah.
It's only a couple of miles an hour, but we're only 10 yards short, aren't we?
Yeah, but again, inside tour average there. I mean, it was positive, to say the least.
Well, the last one was short, so I wasn't...
I like your thinking.
What do you do on tour there then? Because has that ever happened?
It's happened many a time, yeah, but it's one of those just...
Could you tell what I did there? Because I know what I did.
Slowed down into it a little bit.
Lined it up and didn't trust the line. I hadn't moved the line enough, so I just tried to...
Manipulate it. Don't manipulate.
Right. I've calmed down. Par 5. And it's like a bit narrow, isn't it? Especially with the tee on the left. So that big tree measures 223 and the target line tree measures 307 playing 297. So I can't reach the target tree, but it's narrow, isn't it?
It is.
So I don't know if you like this on a par 5, but I'm going to hit this.
Yeah, that is the club of choice, because even if you hit a good one, it's a struggle to get there in 2, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but and as well, if I'm going to go this side because of those trees, and I'm going to try and hit it a bit straighter. If I was hitting it right to left, I'd probably hit driver and just try and be more attacking, but the shot's been left to right all day, so it's going to, I'm not going to change that, am I?
Play with what you've got on the day. That's a big thing, again, on tour, that, you know, people might always hit a draw, but on that day, if you've got a fade, play with that shot.
Jack Nicklaus said that, did he?
I believe so.
I mean, it's that left to right one again. It's just scuttling down past that tree, so it's fine, isn't it? It's not the best strike, but there's I can probably still, a good one of them might get me on. Yeah,
but if that was a driver, that could have been in the long stuff.
Yeah. I think it's just a long way.
Yeah. 270.
308 playing 303.
Yeah.
So quite easy to get that one there. I could go mini driver, but I feel like I've played it safe off the tee, so what's the point now going attacking?
Correct. So, but what yardage do you like to have in? What's a favourite yardage into the green? Are you happy with 80 yards? Are you happy with 50 yards? Are you happy with 100?
15 feet.
15 feet is the dream, but...
I 3-putted from that on the last one, so it's pointless, isn't it?
So again...
I just feel like with this, I probably want to get as close as I can.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable with my wedges.
Yeah.
I could leave. I could leave 100 yards, so I could kind of go right. Well,
200 yard shot.
Yeah, if I hit it 151, I'd have another 115. I mean, that's typical math. But what I'm trying to tell you is that tree there's 151. But
so think about it.
I think if I land this 200, you know, it could scuttle all the way down there because it's dry.
Yeah, up the left-hand side.
Ball below feet.
They might have left that elusive 100 yards.
It's not, yeah, it's not great. Not ideal. The 7-iron was actually a better shot and it probably wasn't much longer. We have 97 playing 95. It's out the rough, so I know I'm not going to get spin. So I could try and approach it with landing angle, but I feel like with where that flag is, that's not the play. So I've got gap wedge, and I'm just going to land it probably about 75.
Yep.
And hope it just trickles down.
Just let it run up there.
If I leave this kind of 15, 20 feet short of the flag, that's a good shot.
Yeah, again, well, tour average from here, from, was it 100 yards?
Yeah.
Tour average is over 20 feet, so. Best on tour, 17 feet.
That's exactly where I wanted to land it. So how's that going to do? I think I played that really well. I didn't want to go long, actually, so. Oh, look at that.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's off the green, isn't it? But it's within that distance. What I've learned from that is I could have probably played that shot with a sand wedge.
Yeah.
It would have still released out. I didn't need the lower loft because it's downhill. Idiot.
Learning on the job.
Yeah, but it's stuff like, because I can play, but like, it's making the right choice at the right time, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's inside tour average, even though it's not on the green.
Right. I fancy this.
Is it? So again, probably 20 feet away, so it would be inside tour average. It's not a green in reg, but
I mean, I landed it where I wanted, so I've played the shot as I wanted.
Exactly. That's the main thing.
Not bad.
Too good.
Yeah, probably a putt would have been better.
Yeah, a little bit of check on that.
Funny, because I always think with that, if I'm trying to make it, I'll chip it. If I'm a bit nervy and I'm just bothered about getting up and down, I'll put it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had it where, well, you will have done, but how often would you say the pro you've been with picks the shot and you just go, yeah, or how often would you argue it and go, what about this?
It depends where the trouble is. So it does happen, not very often, but it does happen, and it's then obviously trusting what you do. Like, you need to trust that line.
Got it. It was nearly exactly the same whip out. Guys, if you've enjoyed that, smash that subscribe button. Huge thanks to Chris. Go and check out his channel. And thanks to Millesey for supporting this series.